So I've got this pair of Vauxhall Monaro headrests. They've been sun damaged at the back here. You see that? They've started to split. The leather's dried out, and the threads rotted by the sun. So the leather's gone so dry. There's nothing I can do about it. I've removed the cover from this one, and I've tried to feed it from the inside, and it's still not getting any softer. So the only thing I can do now with these headrests is throw them in the bin and make some new ones. So where was I? Yes. So the leather's been scorched really. You can see from this headrest that I've taken apart. It's been discoloured by the sun. I think the back screen on the Monaros are so close to the headrest, and it's like a magnifying glass, the sun, and it just starts to rot away at the stitching, and then once the stitching rots, the cover pops open and then it starts to shrink with the heat. And at that point, you can hear it. It's hard. So yeah, feeding it didn't help at all. So I have to make a new set of covers. So I've drawn seam lines on this foam already. I put match marks on. So I'm going to have to pattern this foam, because I can't use the headrests as a pattern because they're not the shape they should be anymore. So start from scratch. So I'll pattern this now. Once I've patterned it, I will cut the pieces out of leather, sew them together, and there we have it. New cover. Just needs fitted onto the foam then. So I'm going to start patterning this. I'll do the face first. So I've designed this slightly different to how the original was made, but only at the bottom where the two metal posts come out. I've just roughly got that in place for now. With things like this that are quite curved, you need to use lots of pins. So you can see the plastic starting to wrinkle a little bit, trying to get around this curve here, which is probably not helped because they did make the covers very, very tight. It's so hard to get off. So I'll start to draw the line in here. So I know where halfway is, so I'll probably just end up patterning one half. So this is the side that's set up for patterning, this half. So what I'll do, that's in rough. Right, so I'll start to adjust these pins now on this side, because I know which side I want to use. And I'll do it as I'm walking the pattern around and drawing it in. So I'm also pulling on the pattern as well, or I'm pulling on the pattern fabric while I'm doing this. So I'll just join these dots now. Halfway. So that's one half. It may need a little bit of adjustment. I think that's probably a bit too deep there. I'll cut this bit out as well. That's the first pattern. I need to do the same with the rest of the pieces. and then I'll check each piece against its neighbour. That bit should walk around there. So I have all the pieces cut. They've been skived where I've needed to skive them. I'm just going to sew them together. I'm going to sew the 3 pieces that make the back up first. So that's sewn up quite nicely. So now it's actually a headrest shape. It's not got its bottom on yet. I can try it on, see how well it fits or doesn't fit. Okay, me tight, maybe a little bit too tight, but the original one was very tight. I need to top stitch this this seam. So this is going to take a little while. This headrests are fiddly little things. So because I'm happy enough with the one I've just done, I will sew the other one together, finish this one off as well, and fit them properly, and hopefully they should be pretty much bang on. One eye's machined together completely, and I need to get this inside this. So I'm going to use a little bit of silicone, just helps a little bit. So sometimes you can roll them on with a lot of manipulation. Try and get it roughly in the right spot. So let's see. That wasn't too bad actually. I expected a little bit more of a fight. I'm just easing it into position. So we're not looking too bad. So this I'm going to lace up, like you would do a steering wheel. Bring the pieces together, and I'll put a stitch line. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put a stitch line down this edge here. And the same on the other side. I'm just going to lace it through and tighten it up. So there we have it, the new headrest. So that's the old one with the big split in it, and this is the new one with no split in it.